Hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to Horrible Horror. Tough guy, so bad, it's scary.
Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Hey! Welcome, Moon Goons, to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. I'm your host, Marshall Hampton. Joins me today, as always, my co-host, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I took the most expensive Uber ride over here today, and I'm kind of pissed. Because we're gonna have some beers afterwards, so I don't want to drive home. But yeah, holy shit, that was way too much.
Yeah, Aaron got fleeced by an Uber driver
I got
today.
bamboozled, run amok, flim-flammed. I didn't land on Uber. Uber landed on me.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, boy. All right, so today, what are we doing today? Today, we're here to talk about another shitty movie.
That's what we do here, man.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
But first,
First, should I tell the people where they can listen to us?
Yeah, why don't you go
You're
ahead and
probably
do
already
that?
listening to us, so
Yeah,
of course you
obviously.
can listen to us on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, Speaker.com, iHeartRadio. You can also listen to us at our website, horriblehorrorpodcast.com, where you can also follow us on our Facebook, on our Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SoBadIt'sScary, and check us out on Instagram. And on Instagram right now, what we're doing is we're doing our March Movie Madness 2018 Moon Goons.
Yeah, our tournament of awful. We just started. We are a few matchups in. The first round in the Crystal Lake bracket.
I love that bracket. It's great. The Haddonfield and the Crystal Lake
Haddonfield,
bracket.
Crystal Lake.
Still love that.
So we had Pork Chop 3D going up against Playing with Dolls, Bloodlust. Playing with Dolls easily took that matchup and is moving on to next round.
Yeah, it wasn't as a big surprise.
In the just ugly slaughtering, this was a brutal matchup.
A sweep.
It was a sweep.
A clean sweep.
Clean sweep. It was brutal. Prom Ride beat Pool Party Massacre, and we're moving on, which I'm glad to see that happen.
That wasn't a clean sweep. They actually, Pool Party had a few votes against it.
Did
Not
it?
many. I think 2.
Still,
Yeah.
it's still a brutal.
It was still
beating.
a commanding
It
lead
was
by
a
Prom Ride.
beatdown.
So Pool Party
It
Massacre.
was like Duke taking on a junior high B team.
You've been spared the rest of the tournament, so you're safe.
Yeah. And then we had Dr. Giggles taking on Scarred.
Scarred swept.
Scarred swept. Yes.
Scarred swept.
Yeah.
Not one vote for Gigs.
Which is, I agree with that too.
Yeah,
Scarred
because
should
if I
move
remember
on.
correctly, I think Dr. Giggles, we were like, should it even be in here? I don't know.
There were a few like that, but
Yeah.
we had, we're going to leave 4 out this year.
But Dr. Giggles is surviving.
It did not move on. Will not be getting the crown for worst movie. And then we had Pig Girl versus Krampus. Now this one was one of the closest. This was down to the wire.
Hotly contested.
I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like I thought Pig Girl was going to
Well, if you remember, Pig Girl was the worst of the 4
of the Pork Chop series.
of the pork chop.
Yeah.
I guess. Lore.
Yeah, but
And even I remember I listened to it not too long ago. We both said so bad it's scary.
yeah, but if I had to sit down and watch Pig Girl or Krampus, I would take Pig Girl all the time. Or
Fuck
Krampus.
yes.
Krampus is awful in every sense of
Yes,
the word.
that's
Pig
my
Girl was
sleeper.
at least fun in some parts.
Yes.
So yeah, Krampus has squeaked out the victory there, and we'll be moving on to the semifinals or the quarterfinals. I mean, and then lastly, the last matchup for the week, we had Campground, the Requel taking on Swamp Ape.
Yeah. Now this one we posted last night.
Yeah, this was the last
So
one.
it doesn't have a lot of votes, or it still had enough to say yes, it's gonna go, but it's Swamp Ape moving on.
I know. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
For people who have seen both, I can understand why Swamp Ape would be moving on, but personally, I guess just because I have the episode of
It's
Swamp
so
Baby.
good.
It's so good. Like it makes me. Gives me a false sense of how good the movie was. The movie was shit, but I love the
I
episode.
still think there's an Andy Kaufman-esque
Yeah.
genius to it that people just aren't picking up on.
So Swamp Ape will move on to face the winner of the next matchup, which is these will start. Votes for these will probably start Monday. I guess we'll start Monday. Put them out. So we have Killer Donuts versus Microwave Massacre.
Okay.
Which, if you think about it, that's kind of apropos that those things are. You always, I love like
Microwaving donuts.
They're so good. Nice warm microwave donut.
Have you ever tried the most expensive dessert in the world? I don't know. You ever tried putting a donut in the microwave? Huh?
So Killer Donuts takes Attack of the Killer Donuts takes on Microwave Massacre. Then we have Hide and Go Shriek going up against the Suckling, and then closing out the Crystal Lake bracket, we have Santa Claus taking on 2,000 Maniacs, and then we move over to the Haddonfield bracket.
Yeah.
So we'll get into those later as we move through the tournament. So there you have it. There's a little update on this year's tournament. Today, let's move on to today's movie. Today's movie we did is called Satan's Little Helper.
Now, this was a listener recommended.
This was suggested by Lindsay Walden and her fiance Josh, who are in the email they sent me, said they're relatively new fans, but really big fans. They said they've listened on almost every episode in a short amount of time, so
Wow.
I'm impressed by that. So that's
Thank you very
awesome.
much. Thank you.
So big shout out to Lindsay and Josh, and congratulations on the belated engagement. Good luck to you too.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thanks for the suggestion. You can keep them coming. Now, it's funny. Like I've actually known about this movie before she suggested it.
I've seen this like for a while. I've seen this like on Netflix. I've seen it in a couple other like Amazon.
It's been in my queue
because
to do for a long time because I watched it years ago.
The cover is also very striking.
Yeah, depending on which image you see. So many different cover arts nowadays. But yeah, I remember this is one I've been holding on to for a while. I kept thinking, am I going to do it? Am I not going to? Because it's, but
we got to do it.
But yeah,
goddamn.
definitely now that we're definitely doing it. But so anyway, Satan's Little Helper was released on May 6th of 2004. It was written and directed by Jeff Lieberman, who also wrote and directed other horror movies like Blue Sunshine, Squirm, Remote Control, and Just Before Dawn.
Squirm.
This movie blows my mind. And this movie was nominated for 3 Fangoria Chainsaw Awards in 2006, which is weird. That would be nominated 2 years after it was.
Huh. I mean, released. I could maybe see it going to 2005 because maybe they already chose what they were going to do and
timelines or what? Who knows? But so it was nominated for Best Screenplay, which is. What the hell else was this up against? That must have been a really bad year.
So they won 3 awards.
They were nominated for 3.
So they were nominated. Well, then fine, they were nominated.
Yeah. Best Supporting Actress and Best Limited Release / Direct-to-Video Release. So that's kind of like that's a weird category.
Well, the Supporting Actress one isn't bad.
Yeah. Let's speak of the actors. The cast. The only 2
actual names.
The only 2 people in the cast I'm mentioning are Catherine Winnick. She might not be a household name yet, but damn, she is hot. Beautiful girl. She's got 61 credits. Now, she went on, her career really took off after this movie. Not because of this movie, but much afterwards.
2013, I think.
She got 61 credits. She stars in the Emmy award-winning hit on the History Channel Vikings.
Yes. You ever watch that show?
No, it's been in my queue to start for a while.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, I keep wanting to watch it, but it's like, I feel like I don't have the time. Like, okay, this one, I get binge watch this.
Sure.
One. It's going to be one that's going to take time to invest in.
I've been watching it for a while. I think I'm not completely caught up, but I'm like 3 seasons in. She's fucking great.
Yeah,
she's fantastic.
She crushes it in this movie. I mean, given the crappy dialogue she's getting in the movie, but she crushes it. Mm-hmm. She's awesome. She's also in 50 First Dates. She was in the movie Killers, which was a Katherine Heigl, Ashton Kutcher movie. She was in the recent Stephen King movie Dark Tower, which just came out. She was also the voice of Marie Fisher in Call of Duty World War II, the massive, huge game hit that just came out. And then she's also in Hellraiser Hellworld, and just found this odd because it's kind of topical with what's going on. She was also in Trump, Unauthorized, where she played Ivana Trump.
Nice!
And then last, the only person who plays the mother, Meryl Woolley is played by Amanda Plummer. And again, name might not be familiar, but you'll definitely recognize her. She's got 107 credits, and she's most famous for playing Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction.
Any of you motherfuckers move, and I'll execute every last motherfucking one of you.
That would be it.
Yes.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I would never know her name, but as soon as you see me, like, oh, that's.
Oh, yeah. So I Married an
it.
Axe Murderer. Oh, yeah. Pulp Fiction. Oh, yeah. A ton of other little things here and there.
Like 107 credits.
Tons of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Voice work, too. She's done a lot of voice work.
So those are the only two people worth mentioning, and rightfully so. So the movie, we kick off with this movie.
Here we go.
With a
Satan's little helper. Gotta help Satan.
Yeah, boy.
You sure you don't want to start drinking that beer now?
With this kid, he's playing a handheld video game called Satan's Little Helper. So there's where you get, it's, just like a little handheld game.
Yeah, like a game you'd play on your phone.
I guess
nowadays
it's more like it is. But it's more like, I guess for us old farts, I would be like the old Tiger game, like the old Game Gear, Game Boy type stuff.
Yeah, because this is 2004. Not everyone had cell phones at this time. I mean, a lot of people had them, but it wasn't nearly as prevalent.
And they weren't smartphones yet.
No, they were still super basic. Right.
You might have had a camera on it at the time, but yeah, you weren't.
And you were fancy if you had a camera.
So the kid's wearing this devil costume, and the mask the kid's wearing is fucking horrendous. I just gotta give it. No way should this costume ever been sold in stores. Like, if you bought this thing, fuck you. This is the ugliest, stupidest costume I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad.
But he's supposed to be the devil or Satan from the video game.
So he's a little Satan. He's Satan's little helper.
And in the car with him is his mother.
He's even wearing like Mardi Gras beads, like a plaque.
It's not beads. It's just like little weird plastic plaque, like they just duct taped to his chest.
Being from St. Louis and Mardi Gras not being too long ago, I was like, dude, he's got beads of Satan's little helper.
So in the car is his mother, Amanda Plummer, and she's talking on the old hands-free headset. You don't see it anymore, but
I use one of those at work.
And we learned that the kid's sister is coming home from college for Halloween.
Where's she coming home from? College? Your voice really cracked.
Did it?
It's kind of adorable.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry.
I think I was trying to swallow a loogie at the time, so I didn't instead of hacking it up on air. So anyway, she's coming home from college for Halloween, and we learned that, okay, this is where we get creepy right off the bat. We learned that this little kid is like straight up in love with his sister.
So he's 9 years old. They say he's 9.
Fucker's like 12.
They say he's 9.
Did they say he's 9?
I'm pretty sure they said he was like 9.
Because this kid's easy 12 or 13. That's the whole movie. I'm like, he's 12. That was my mind. I'm going with a 12-year-old.
And the reason I agree with you is because he's got fucking braces.
Yeah.
And dude, when he took off that mask, because he was playing the game, he has the mask on. When he took the mask off, I was like, oh no.
Yep.
You know what he looks like? If you and I had a fucking kid, that'd be our love child. He's kind of chubby with dark brown hair, glasses and braces, and like a total horror dork. I'm like, oh shit.
This kid.
If Marshall and I had a kid, this is what it'd be. And I'm like, god damn, it's a good thing we can't reproduce.
I didn't even think about it. Now that you said it, fuck you, man.
But look at him.
Yeah, I agree. The kid's dopey doopy looking, man.
Yeah, it looks like someone smushed us together and made a kid.
It's awful.
Yeah, I know. I'm not proud of it either. I'm just saying.
So this kid, who I'm saying is 12, anyway, it still gets super creepy because we find the kid's straight up in love with his sister. Not like, oh, she's my sister, I love her. No, like, in love with her.
He wants to marry his sister.
Yeah, he wants to marry his sister.
Incest is in right now, man.
So we learned the kid's name's Doug or Dougie or some crap like that.
Not Dougie Doug.
But you don't learn that for a bit. Anyway, Doug's mom is paying more attention to her phone call than him, and she doesn't catch when Doug says that Satan is real and that one day he's going to find him and show Satan just how good of a little helper he can be.
Yeah, he's so into this game, he's having like fantasy thoughts, fantasy reality.
This is, I'm going to probably say this a lot during this episode, but this is got to be the stupidest, most retarded kid I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of dumb kids in movies, but this kid is fucking brain dead or something.
It's bad.
It's wow. So we already talked about how he remembers the mask, and he's also obnoxious. The way he talks, he's just everything about this kid is awful. He's fucking obnoxious.
Easy. He's a kid.
hey. No, I will not pull punches.
Put up your dukes, kid. Marshall's coming after you.
So They pick up her sister Jenna from the ferry because they live on this island, so the only way to get is by ferry. And she introduces him to her friend Alex, and Doug is immediately pissed off that she has a male friend with her.
Oh, dude, he goes into straight up fuck that cockblock mode.
And he gets even madder when Jenna says that Alex is going to come trick-or-treating with him tonight. Like, this kid's...
No!
Yeah, he's stepping in on his woman, man. He's stepping in.
No, man, he is pissed, and he cannot handle it.
And to make it even worse, Alex is going to stay with them. He's going to stay at their house. So little Dougie is just irate, pissed off, and he's seeing red.
Oof.
So they arrive back at their house. Doug runs off by himself in anger to go find Satan. And he quickly ends up getting picked on, like, surrounded by a trio of BMX riding ninjas.
This part is hilarious.
Yeah, it's got these 3 kids dressed as ninjas riding BMX bikes. They come up and they're, like, picking on him a bit. And then he's like...
I got to give the kid credit. Doug stood his ground. He didn't flinch. He just kind of looked at him like, what's up?
It's because, I think it's
because he's fucking Satan.
I think he's too stupid to know what
to realize he might get his ass kicked by 3 ninjas.
Yeah. Basically, he tells them that once he finds Satan, he's going to send all those kids to hell for picking on him. And they like, you're a dumb kid. And
no.
Off.
They say, what are you? Because I'm Satan. He goes, that is so gay. Which, again, you don't hear nearly as much anymore.
No.
You just don't. And I'm fine with that. That's okay. But it was 2004, and it kind of was like, it kind of perked up my ears. I was like, huh. You just called that kid gay in like in a derogatory way.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, huh, man, we have come a long way.
Doug ends up wandering around town some more until he stumbles upon some certain random house. And he watches as a man dressed in all black and wearing a black and gray devil mask.
It's a latex fucking mask.
Yeah, straight up buy it at like a Johnny Brock's.
From your local horror
Walgreens
store.
Or anywhere.
It's a decent mask.
It's a solid mask.
Yeah.
I've seen worse, but yeah. So this man in the mask drags like this limp, dead body of a woman out the front door of this house and onto the porch. And he sets the body up on this bench, making it look like it's part of the Halloween decorations. Doug is just
peeping Tommen.
He's watching this whole thing, but he's like got this big old like Joker grin on his face.
Oh man, he's so happy.
He's like,
this is so cool.
It looks so real. It's so cool, man. And so we cut back to Jenna, who's now wearing the costume her mother found for her. And it looks like a cross between a I Love Jeannie costume and something from the Renaissance period.
Oh, but I was not hating it.
Oh, no, not at all.
You know
it
why?
It looks great on her.
Because Titty City.
Her tits are really pushed up, midriff showing. She looks smoking hot.
And she even mentioned, she's like, oh my God, my tits are like melons. I'm like, yes, lady, they are.
Yeah.
Good for you, kid.
Yeah. And this is where we learn that Jenna and Alex have just started dating, and they're both in the theater program. The theater program at school.
Yeah, sounds familiar. It's too bad nothing like this happened to you.
Yeah, exactly. Jenna's worried that she looks too much like a whore in this costume this whole time, but she quickly forgets about that when she looks in the mirror and she's like, oh, damn, I look hot.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like, well, I am pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you, kid.
So we go back
keeping
to
it tight.
The man in the smiling devil mask. He's still messing with this dead woman. He finishes up. He walks off. Doug, still in awe of this guy, starts following him through town.
Yeah, he's hot on his trail.
Yeah. Back at the house, Alex tells Jenna that he'll dress up like Satan to make Dougie happy. Because, and they try to bond him
he's
that
like,
way.
hey, the kid plays a lot of the video game. I'm going to dress up as Satan. We'll go trick-or-treating together. I'll be Satan. He could be Satan's little helper.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yes, exactly. So we go back to the man in black. And we see he's dragging out another dead body from a different house now.
Yeah, I got to give props to the guy who is being drugged, because it's a real dude being drugged down those stairs. Boom, 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 boom. And he didn't flinch, man. He played. That's a great stunt man. You could tell he had his head lifted just a tiny, tiny bit, and his shoulders were taking the bumps. But damn, that was like impressive. I was like, good job.
That might be the most impressive thing in this whole movie. So once again, he starts setting it up in the yard like it's part of the Halloween decorations. Doug's still watching on from the distance.
Loving it.
Yeah. But this time he gets spotted by the man in the devil mask.
Yeah, devil mask looks up and they lock eyes. And Doug doesn't flinch.
No.
He goes, yeah!
And instead of he runs up to the man and he's like, hey, are you Satan? And can I be your helper? This kid is so fucking stupid.
Well, that's the premise of the movie, man.
I
Well,
know,
that's
but
the game, the whole thing. He said he was going to go find Satan.
I know, but god damn it. This is dumb. If he was 5, maybe, but he's fucking 12.
And here's another thing, okay? So if this is all based around this video game, right? This kid is dressed like your classical quote unquote Satan look.
Red Devil.
Red Devil. So in the game, same thing. It's 2 Red Devils.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
This guy's in black, all black and black.
He's got like
and gray.
a black coat, like long jacket coat.
Like kind of trench trench coat.
And gloves or latex gloves, latex mask, and black pants, black shoes, all black.
All black.
So yeah, it's like, why would this kid be like, "You're Satan"? Yeah, totally. No, man.
Yeah, nothing from like the video.
He would
game.
be looking for the Red Devil.
Exactly. So again, the kid's fucking retarded. The masked man just nods yes. He never speaks throughout the entire movie.
Not one syllable.
Then Doug asks him how many points he get for killing the old man was worth that you just watched.
Because he's so into the game.
And the devil indicates with like just hand gestures like it was worth 20 points or something like that. And Doug wants to know if he can go send like, hey, you want to come with me and send my sister's new boyfriend to hell? He tells the devil that they're at his house and that he doesn't have to worry because the father's away at work. So the devil like leans down, nods yes, and the two of them walk off hand in hand. Back to Alex's house or Doug's house.
This kid basically just said, "Hey, you want to fuck up my competition?
Yeah.
You want to fuck up my sister's boyfriend? To Satan.
Yeah.
This is what the kid's thinking.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid is way too old to have that like magical thinking.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
there's a very clear disconnect between video games and reality.
Yes.
And this kid is way too old to have that blending of worlds.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This kid's fucking retarded. I can't say it enough. This is the stupidest, dumbest kid I've ever seen. And on top of it, he's obnoxious with the way he talks and things he says and acts. He's like, oh my God. Like, this kid needs to be in like special ed or just locked. Like, I don't know. This kid needs.
Maybe he is a combination of our love child, and that's why he's retarded. Maybe sometime. Forget it.
Anyway, so we go back to their house, and Jenna, Alex, and the mom, they're sitting around having cider and talking, whatever. And a news report on the TV comes on about some older teen who was an arsonist, and he was released from juvie on the anniversary of the fires that he started. So
on Halloween, he started some fires years ago. They didn't really specify, but he's out now. He's a born-again Christian.
Yeah,
and they say, like don't worry, I'm good. And he's like the mayor's son or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
mayor's son. And it's your red herring, it's your false flag, whatever you want to call it.
So that's who they're thinking of. Yeah.
And we see through the windows, we see Doug leading the devil man through the backyard. And he takes him in to show the devil man his sweet karate moves, which again
are pretty awesome.
Oh boy, are they! And then he shows him the entrance to like the old cellar doors, like the old like storm cellar, like the wooden doors on the ground.
And this is where I'm thinking, okay, this kid's fucking dead.
Yeah. And which he calls their secret door to hell.
Yeah. So he opens up the storm doors and they go downstairs, and they pan in on the Satan character, and he's looking real creepy, like looking around, like, and slowly closing. I gotta give the actor credit who's in this mask. Mm-hmm. He does a pretty good job of using his body because he doesn't have any lines.
Right.
He's got to follow leads. He does a pretty good job of still being, even with that goofy mask on, can still be kind of menacing and a little scary at times.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I'll agree. He does the guy in the suit does a fine job. Doing with since he can't talk.
All physical acting.
Yeah. Doug tells the devil to hide down here, or he says he hides down here a lot, and they can make all the noise they want, and no one will hear them.
No one will ever
hear.
So
basically, here, you can kill anybody you want to. Yeah, just set it up. But yeah, Doug hears his mom calling for him, which kind of is hypocrite. Like, if you can scream down here, you shouldn't be able to hear this calling for you.
This is an old house. I have 100. My house is built in 1904. It's an old fucking house. Yeah, I can hear everything my wife's doing down in the basement.
Yeah,
if she's doing laundry or something, I can hear her opening stuff, closing stuff. I would hear her talking to another person,
yeah, so they
or talking to herself.
Yeah, I mean, you just fucked yourself right there. Like, oh, nobody can hear down here. Oh, but I can hear them calling me.
If the kid is weirdo, maybe it'd be okay if he was talking. It's like, there's Doug talking to himself again.
Anyway, I'm just saying, no, I think it's weird that that he would say you can make all the noise over here, but then he hears.
Right, yeah.
that's what I'm
obviously, you
saying.
can hear everything.
So he tells the devil to, Satan to wait down here, and he'll lure them down here so the devil can kill him. But before Doug gets a chance to take Alex downstairs, he's ordered into the dining room with his sister and Alex to drink cider.
And spend time with the sister.
Yeah. And
So the kid went upstairs to go try and lure Alex back down, but Mom ain't having it. She's like, no, you got to hang out and spend time with your family.
yeah. This is where Alex tells Doug that he's going to dress up like Satan for him, and that the two of them are going to go out, that the two of them need to go to the costume shop to get the costume.
Doug's still being a little prick. He's like, no.
I know, he's an obnoxious little shit.
I mean, he's trying. He's trying, man. I got to give Alex credit. He's trying to get along with this kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And this kid is just being a dick.
Very much a big old dick. So
That's the one thing our love child would have. Is a giant hog. Comes from good DNA.
again, now we get another. We cut back to Satan. This is weird because he's down in the laundry area and he's just sniffing panties.
Oh, dude.
But the thing is, he's trying to smell it through the latex mask.
I love this part. It's like a pile of dirty clothes, and
Laundry
he's
in a basket.
holding these panties, and they're really emphasizing the.
Yeah, like deep breaths
Yeah,
in.
he's really sucking in that juice. Oh God! And that's got to be Mom's panties.
Yeah, they had to be.
It's Mom's panties.
Yeah, those are gotta be Mom's. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So where was that?
It's kind of funny because the kid runs down and he goes, "Ugh," and he drops the panties. And as soon as the kid says, hey, we're going to, follow us. We're going outside. We're going to, we'll hit him later. Follow us.
yeah.
We'll set something up. The guy's like, he gives a thumbs up. The kid runs back upstairs and he goes right back to sniffing those panties.
Yeah, he does. So
I did like that.
we cut to Doug and Alex entering the costume shop. Alex, tries on several different masks while talking about. We get some background on his father, which is, who cares?
Because he's putting on nothing related to a devil mask or a Satan
and
mask.
He gets his mask and nothing like that. It's like this weird old man mask, like 50-year-old man mask.
It's like a bald man
with
mask.
a bald.
Yeah.
And he's like, Doug's like, but this is what Satan looks like to me. My dad's the devil, so to me this is Satan.
And it seems like it, but yeah, okay, fine. But it seems like Doug and Alex are kind of bonding. Because Doug starts asking him questions like, oh, yeah, you're dead. And he's like, yeah. He's like, are you scared of him? And he's like, well, I don't know. And he goes, does he hit you? And he goes, any chance he gets. So it seems like, and Doug's like, oh, I'm sorry. It seems like they're bonding. Like they're starting to, get along.
Doug's just a fucking sociopath, I guess.
He's just like, anything I can say to get him outside.
I gotta lure, I gotta keep his guard down.
Bide my time.
Yeah. So and Alex gets the mask and they leave the shop. Outside, they run into Satan leaning up against a lamppost, who's just casually hanging out there.
And Doug's like, "You're fucked now, pal." He's like, "Get him!"
Satan points back to around back of the shop. So Doug leads Alex off. Like, hey, I gotta show you something down here in this alleyway.
Yeah,
that's real subtle, kid.
Oh God.
Then Doug suddenly stops, tells Alex that Satan's gonna get him, and he turns and runs away. And that's when Alex just gets grabbed by Satan, pulled into in their alleyway,
and gets the shit kicked out of him.
Oh my God! Satan kicks. Whoa! Puts a beating on Alex.
Dude, it looks good too. It's like that guy might be taking some real punches.
Just beats him down.
I don't know if because they're both wearing big stupid fucking masks.
Neither one of you probably see.
And he doesn't know if he's pulling his punches. He's swinging hard. He does. I'm watching this. I've watched a lot of MMA. I've done boxing. I've done a lot of wrestling and stuff. And this guy's hitting him. I'm like, holy shit! He's throwing a left hook and he's connecting.
And not only is he hitting him, he starts smashing his head up against the brick wall a bunch of times too. And making contact.
He beats the shit out of him.
So next we see
knocking him out. Yeah.
And so now we see Satan carrying Alex's body over his shoulder, and setting Alex down up on a couch
on an abandoned house.
Which is weird. So he carried. And granted, it's a small town. I get that.
It's Halloween.
It is Halloween. I get that. But they had to been what would have been the downtown area of the small town. Every small town has a downtown area. So he carries Alex unconscious over his shoulder through town to some abandoned house somewhere, and nobody's all right, whatever.
Yeah, Alex isn't small. He's a tall guy.
He's tall. Anyway, so he puts Alex on the couch, which is on the front porch of this abandoned house. It's all boarded up. And then, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He picks up a cat, just a random cat,
black
cat, and he just picks up and he kills the cat by smashing it up against the wall so hard
that
the
head
cat
like
just
explodes,
just
basically.
kills the cat. And then so the cat's head's like all
smushed,
bleeding, and he starts using the dead cat like a paintbrush and paints the word "boo" on the boarded up door
and
in
as
blood.
soon as he finishes,
he's
like just drops the dead cat.
Yes.
He's using to paint some small, like some wife and some
mom and two
little girls. Like, hi. Can I get a picture?
Yes,
This looks great.
Yeah, you look so good in that costume. Can I get a picture with you or something like that? And so,
how did she miss him painting Boo with a dead animal? I gotta get a picture of this. Kids, gather around.
So he does. He poses for a picture.
He poses. He's gesturing real big. Hey, thumbs up, like, hey, check it out. I killed a cat.
Yeah. And then and he just walks off.
And she's like, thanks, you made our day.
Yeah, you made our day.
She must hate fucking cats. She's like, hey, kids, he just killed one of those horrible creatures. Let's get a picture of him. Ugh. She must be a dog person.
So we go back to Doug, who arrives back at his house. Jenna wants to know where Alex is, but Doug says that good helpers never tell on their masters.
Ugh.
The doorbell rings. Thinking it's Alex in costume, Jenna opens the door. Satan charges her, pushes her up against the wall. Jenna screams out and
but then it's
at
like,
first
oh,
it's like,
wow.
and she's like, oh my god, this is so fantastic.
And this slows down the killer, or Satan.
And she called up her mom to come see Alex in costume because she thinks Alex is role playing in character because he's a theater guy, so he's in character
as
Satan.
Satan. And if I was the guy rushing in to kill her and she started to laugh, going, oh my god, I might stop too because goddamn them titties.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't blame him either.
Yeah.
I voted the exact same thing. So Satan starts groping Jenna. He's feeling her up. He's grabbing her boobs.
Oh, yes. And to which the kid replied
Doug,
earlier.
Doug calls them boomies.
I thought he said boobies.
No, boomies. I can see your boomies.
Okay.
Or something like that. And so,
they are booming.
Yeah, they are booming. But yeah, Doug calls boobs boomies. And Jenna starts getting into this. Like, she starts getting turned on.
In front of her brother, this guy's feeling her up, kind of like rubbing his face and her tits, like almost like motorboating, in front of the kid, and she's getting worked up.
Yeah, and they start like dancing.
Huh?
Yeah, it's really fucking strange, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then they start dancing like a waltz or something like that. And Doug's just standing there watching this.
Like,
this is so much fun. This is how fun this is.
Doug loves it.
And oh my god, it's
There's some issues with this family.
This is starting to be like, oh god, I'm trying to think of. I can't think of like a really off the top of my head like a fucked up person, but like this type of family started turning something you'd see in like a Rob Zombie movie or like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like
not quite
fucked up. Come on,
the diet version. This is more of a diet version.
Diet version, yeah. But I mean, come on, we got a kid who's getting like
worked up over his sister.
Watching his sister getting, who he's in love with and wants to marry, get felt up by a killer, and the sister is okay with this, getting felt up in front of her younger brother.
That's true, and the mom did suggest this outfit.
And the mom's like, here, dress like a slut.
And the mom and the daughter also, we haven't mentioned, but they have a weird thing. They're always touching each other's faces.
Yeah, and smacking each
other on the ass and stuff, and like touching their foreheads
like,
together.
This is a really weird.
Yeah, like whoa, a little too much affection. Like,
yeah,
bizarre affection, borderlining on inappropriate.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
So Jenna now seductively starts leading Satan upstairs.
What's going on this island?
Yeah. She's like, come on. She's like, beckoning him on.
Yeah.
And all this seems like my net nose. Wow, it seems wildly inappropriate. Because it just happened right in front of her brother. So I didn't.
Yeah.
Satan follows her upstairs, but stops to give Doug a double thumbs up.
Yeah, like
he's like, hey! Yeah, gives him the old the Fonzie. He's like,
hey! Guess what I'm doing, kid? Hey!
And so Satan then pins Jenna up against a door in one of the upstairs rooms. And again, he starts groping her, just feeling her up, grabbing those titties.
Kind of putting his face down towards her crotch.
Yeah,
He's
and
really working her up. She's getting
still
she's getting
thinking this is
hot and
Alex and role playing. Jenna starts getting into it, and she just lets this happen. She's like really getting turned on. He starts feeling her up, and he kisses on her through the latex mask, which is weird, but he kisses on her for a while.
She tries to take off the mask, and he grabs her arm and like slams against the wall.
Yeah, I don't know how you can't kiss through a mask anyway, but yeah.
He is not having. He's keeping that mask on.
Jenna playfully pulls away, saying no more, starts to walk away, but Satan grabs her, wraps an arm around her neck like he's about to choke her out.
Yeah.
In rushes Doug. Satan releases Jenna.
He's like, "You fucking her yet? Can I tag in?
Can I watch?
I'm your little helper."
Yeah.
Yeah, he just bursts in like, "What's up, guys?"
And Doug's like, "Hey, is that just a game, right?" Something like that. And Jenna's like, "Yeah, that's just a game. We're just playing a game." And Satan nods behind her to agree. Doug tells Jenna that, hey, that's not Alex.
Yeah.
Still thinking this is all role play, Jenna rushes out like, "Oh, it's not. Oh, Satan." Oh,
Doug's
no.
like, "That's not Alex. I don't know."
Yeah.
It's fucking Satan.
Satan
Fucked
just,
up.
yeah.
Kicking Alex's ass.
Satan just like casually goes after her like nothing's wrong. With Doug following Satan, saying, "That's my sister." Not her. Satan. That's my sister. Don't hurt her.
Don't fuck my sister up.
Yeah.
Fuck her, sure.
Yeah, you can fuck her, just don't kill her. Yeah. Back downstairs, Satan locks the front door in front of them as the mother enters with a camera wanting to take a picture of all of them for Halloween night.
I know it's supposed to imply that they're but it's kind of silly to lock someone from the inside.
Yeah.
If they do get to the door, all they have to do is just flip.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it takes that one extra half a second to
Yeah,
horn 'em
yeah,
up.
I guess.
But it's also supposed to be like the intimidation or scare, like, oh, he's locking the door.
Mm-hmm.
Satan snatches the camera out of her hands and takes a picture of the mother's legs.
Feet. Like, she's not wearing shoes.
She's
like
wearing
legs
like a dress.
and feet.
It's like
She's not wearing. She's like
from like the knee down. Her knees to her feet are like exposed.
Yeah.
It's a not a real mini dress, but it's a basic dress.
It's like a sundress
skirt,
or something.
something like that. And he's taking pictures of her legs, and then Jenna says,
"Hey, that's not funny.
Stop
it.
That's too weird, Alex.
Yeah.
Stop. That's weird." Satan turns to face Jenna and just stares at her in silence. Starting to get weirded out by this, she tells him, "Hey, say something, speak."
Mm-hmm.
But that's when Doug chimes in, saying that Satan doesn't talk, and then Doug leads Satan back upstairs to show him his room. It's like, "Hey, let me show you
check
my
out
room."
my room.
In Doug's bedroom, the two of them start playing with toys together.
Yeah.
Wow. Which is really fucking weird.
They're like playing with action figures
and robots and stuff. And now trick-or-treaters start showing up at the house. Doug then has Satan watch as he plays Satan's little helper, the video game, like on his computer.
Yeah.
It's like a console.
Hey, you want to
version.
see the game? You want to see?
Watch me play this.
Do you want to see the inspiration of my life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Mom and Jenna chat about their plans for the evening. Jenna ends up sending Doug and Satan to the store for Halloween candy.
Yeah, because she's like, I only have a few. She's giving out ones. That can get expensive
Real quick.
Yeah.
Satan and Jenna share a nice moment before he leaves. They kind of like lock eyes or something like that. It's like, oh, okay. We cut back to Alex now, who wakes up on the couch. He struggles to his feet, but he collapses, falls down the stairs.
Why'd they even show this scene?
Yeah.
He wakes up and he's like, and he's stumbling around the porch. Take the fucking mask off.
Exactly. He doesn't take, like, if you just get your ass kicked and you wake up, the first thing I do is probably take this fucking mask off.
You probably can't see too well. You're probably concussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost consciousness. You're probably concussed. So he's stumbling around with this stupid fucking mask on, falls down the stairs, and he's back out.
He falls, which, by the way, we didn't even talk about, they mentioned briefly that his dad wears a toupee. So the stupid ass mask is bald, and he took like a piece of fake hair and stapled it to the top of the mask to try to be a toupee, again, like his dad. But yeah, he falls down the stairs again, and he's out cold. The only reason they show the scene at this point is to show he's not dead.
I mean, I didn't think he was dead.
So where was I? Oh yeah. So sorry guys. Oh yeah. Okay. So they're at the store. They're at like the shop, and Satan fills. It's like a local grocery store.
Yeah.
Starts filling up his shopping cart with murder items instead of candy.
Robes,
like zip ties, tape, all the random like murder, real murdery shit.
The weird one is like a pizza cutter.
Yeah, but some of them are like really stupid, like a pizza cutter, and like a really tiny like a barbecue fork or something, like those prongs or something like
that. Would hurt. But I'm like,
maybe in the neck or like in the right area. But man, Doug wants to know if all this stuff is going to be used to tie people up and kill them. He straight up asked this
and
question.
Rip their guts out, and he's getting graphic.
Yeah, and Satan's
nodding like, "Yep, that's
and
what we're
Doug,
doing, kid."
Emphatically, Doug makes it known that his mother and sister are not to be hurt, even in pretending. Like, don't hurt them, but kill everybody else.
He's game for everyone else getting killed.
Satan's like, all right, cool, I'm down with that.
They even like do this like, because Satan's like, he goes, "You promise?" And he's nodding his head. He's like, "Well, you got do this motion, like
it's like this salute, like
like
Satan's little salute.
Pound your chest twice and put your arm out like Hail
it's
Hitler,
but
but
with
with
like
an
old Roman centurion salute, or like you see like a almost like maybe a Game of Thrones, like the Lancaster troops are doing it or something. Like you would see it in in some other movie.
Yeah. For us about to fight, we salute you.
Yeah, or a gladiator about to die, salute you. But so Satan's like, yeah, I agree, and he's like, he basically orders Doug to go get all the candy he wants. Go whatever you want.
Kid goes fucking nuts. I love it.
Of course. I mean, what kid wouldn't in that situation? So they leave the shop without pain, and so one of the bad boys chases after them, and Satan just stabs him in the gut.
I do like, though, the guy's like, "Hey guys, you gotta pay." Satan turns around, gives him the double bird,
double
and then
fingers,
just keeps on walking. I was like, all right, I kind of like that.
And so he takes out this little knife, one of the little knives that they just stole, and I mean it's a tiny knife.
They're by the dumpster.
Yeah. And he just stabs this guy in the stomach, and then just tosses the bad guy into the dumpster. And they walk
Doug's
away.
like, "Ha ha!
Yeah, like
he's gonna smell like garbage."
He's like, "How many points was that worth?" And again, he's like 10 points. He's like, that's 10 points. All right, so next, Doug gets into the shopping cart, like a kid ride, not like he gets into the cart.
He's in the front of the cart.
And Satan starts pushing him around in the parking lot. And now, the only way I can explain it, this kind of reminds me, like, it becomes like a Grand Theft Auto game, because they just begin like running over everyone they see.
And it's just the most hilarious group of people.
Yeah, it's like the first person that gets hit is a very, very pregnant woman who they ran with the cart, and she goes flying over the hood of a car.
Onto the car alarm goes off, like bashes into her.
Like,
her shit goes flying. He goes, "All right, 50 points."
Yeah, with every person they run over, Doug's like just screaming and
ecstatic.
He's screaming out point totals, and Satan's just like running around like smiling. Well, it's
hit the baby. There's a woman pushing a baby carriage.
Yeah, like hit the baby. So,
and boom, they hit it, and you hear this baby cry. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, Doug's just laughing, yelling out in joy, and they're just running over everybody they see.
Running over everyone, and they run over a fucking blind man, too.
Yeah, they run
There's
over.
a blind, like,
nobody's safe.
Get the blind man.
50 points.
It's crazy.
It's fucking, again, this fucking kid is goddamn, he would have to be insane. He should be locked up if he thinks this is
the way to do life.
Not really happening. Like, these people are fine. It's just a game.
No.
Fuck no, it's
You're
not.
running him over with your cart, knocking over a fucking baby.
Yeah.
You may have killed a baby.
Yeah.
And you're yelling out 50 points.
Yeah. This kid needs to be just locked up, and the key needs to be thrown away. So time passes now. Night has begun to fall. Satan is still pushing Doug in the cart through town now. So
he also stole a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
They stop at some random house. Satan has Doug stand guard. Satan goes up, rings the doorbell, and an old woman answers the door. As soon as she opens the door, Satan just kicks her in the chest, sending her flying to the floor.
Dude, but the build-up is so long. Because
it's so long. Oh, my God.
This woman is...
I know, I intentionally skipped over this part, but yeah.
She's an old lady, and she's like, "I'm coming!" And she's walking so
It's supposed to be a
slow,
a gag.
But she's getting winded. I'm like, lady, why the fuck are you even handing out candy? You can barely fucking move.
Yeah.
You should be in a hospital.
She should be in a nursing home.
But it's really... I do like the payoff, because as soon as she opens... Waboo!
Yeah, the payoffs, it's just... it's such a long... It's too long.
I liked it, though. I liked it.
So Yeah, she goes flying. Outside, the BMX ninjas show up. They ride up behind Doug, ask him who he's trick-or-treating with. Doug says, oh, just Satan. And like the most obnoxious, shitty.
Satan.
Yeah, like, oh, God. If I was those ninja kids, I just would have punched Doug in the face.
Throwing spin kicks.
Just for that attitude that.
Throw some ninja stars into it.
Yeah, the boys laugh at him. Doug turns back around and says, oh, that looks so real. And now we see the old woman is hanging off the front of her house by a sheet tied around her neck, and she dies.
She's dying, and he's like, awesome!
That's so real. It looks so great.
And the ninjas are like, fuck that's
that.
real.
We're getting out of here.
We're out of here.
Yeah. Doug's laughing. The boys are like, we're getting the shit out of here. They get the fuck out of Dodge. Inside, Satan raids the old woman's medicine cabinet and then leaves Doug.
Yeah, he's going trick-or-treating. So he's looking for...
He just leaves with Doug. So the two of them go off again after he raids the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, he's looking for oxy. He's looking for uppers, downers, poppers, goofballs. He's looking for anything he can find, yeah.
Yeah, and we cut to Alex.
He's a kid in a candy store this time.
Yeah, he is. We cut to Alex knocking on the door to his dad's house. He decided to go to his dad now because he's all fucked up. The dad can't hear the knocking because he's in the shower with a younger woman.
Yeah.
Much younger woman.
In the tiniest shower they could have possibly gotten.
Oh my God, this shower is like, it kind of reminds me of the showers they had at my college dorms. Like, it was tiny.
It's like for one person.
Yeah.
Very strictly for one person.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to imply there ain't no fucking going on in this.
Yeah, I remember in college, my college girlfriend, we were like, hey, let's take a shower together. It would be kind of sexy. Yeah.
Soapy suds.
And again, they were like,
this
it was just awkward.
gross.
And like, we're like sardines. Like, it was like, this is not sexy.
This is not sexy.
Let's
this is
just
not
wash
fun.
and get the fuck out of here.
Just squeeze some soap between us, rub up and down, not in a sexy way, and then just rinse off.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't working.
Not how it happened.
So,
it's funny because I do have a story about a shower with a gal who actually had a handicap-sized, she wasn't handicapped, but she had a handicap-sized shower in her dorm, and I took a shower with her. That was awesome.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, yay, it's so big.
Big
I can
shower.
move around
and
in
you're
here.
like, fuck you, girl. I'm just going to enjoy the size of this shower. Get out of my way.
Screw getting laid. I can stretch out in here.
You're blocking the water. Get out of the way. Oh, I can shave it.
Yeah.
Shave your legs. So eventually they finally the two of them hear Alex, and the woman gets out to answer the door. But Alex spots Satan and Doug like walking down the street, and he rushes off to hide.
Like
he's
a pussy,
shit.
he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, like, I gotta hide.
Now, mind you, Alex doesn't know that Satan's been killing people. All he knows is he got his ass beat.
Exactly. He just knows he got his ass kicked. That's all he does.
So instead of being like, all right, fuck this guy, he's got his dad coming, he's got backup, he should be like,
this is a big pussy moment.
This is a huge pussy moment.
Huge pussy
tucks tail and runs.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, all right, you jumped me,
fucker.
You got me once. Okay, now let's see what you can fucking do when you don't jump me.
Give me one, shame on me.
Yeah,
Give me one. Yeah.
And I got my dad.
Yeah, I got my dad with me now. Again, Satan has Doug stand guard as he goes up to Alex's dad's house. The woman opens the door now, thinking that it's Alex in costume.
Because Alex was yelling, yeah.
So Satan grabs her, smashes her face into like this corner post inside the house. He does this like twice, tosses her to the floor. She's just bust open, bleeding. I'm assuming she's dead because we never see her again.
She could be, yeah.
We never see her again. The dad comes down the stairs talking to Satan like as if he was Alex, and Satan just always is a hard cut, and Satan just throws him through the glass front door.
Yeah, let's build this up a little bit because he's yelling. He's like, Alex, why aren't you talking to me? Ah! And he raises his hand like he's gonna backhand Satan. He raises his arm up like he's gonna backhand him, and Satan doesn't flinch, and this surprises Dad.
Yeah,
he's like, whoa, what? I guess he's made this gesture before, and Alex is coward. He knows it's coming.
We know he's a pussy.
Yeah, but he didn't flinch, and he's like, what? Who are you? He's like, what's going on? He's suddenly like, and that's when they do the hard cut, and he just goes flying through the window.
It's actually pretty cool. Like, he just, this giant glass front door, he just throws through it. He's done. So we cut to Satan now pushing Doug in the cart now, and now they're going through a cemetery. They're just going all over this fucking island.
Gallivanting all about.
Yeah, it's like, what? Doug asks if he can have some candy. And so Satan hands him a bottle of pills.
Here you go, kid.
Here's some real candy for you, kid.
This is the good stuff.
Which Doug then takes to mean that he should combine the pills with the candy to make people shit their guts out. That's what Doug's thought process is.
So Doug, let's
and Doug, and then Satan just gives him like the Fonz. He's like, hey, yeah, that's what you do, kid.
So Doug often puts words into Satan's mouth, and Satan seems to be like, "That's a really good idea, kid. Yeah, let's go to your house. Yeah, let's kill Alex. Yeah, let's go and poison people." He's like, Doug is the one implanting all these horrible thoughts into Satan's head, and Satan's like, yeah, cool, all right.
Maybe he's giving those pills like, kid, you need these. You seriously need these pills. You're sicker than I am.
Here's some antipsychotics.
Like, I've killed some people, but you're really fucked up. You need these.
Calm down. But the kid's giving him all these horrible ideas, and he's like, yeah.
But the other day is like, why? How is he that connection he makes? He like asks for candy, and he hands the pills. He's like, I don't know how a normal person's like, oh, you want me to take, like, the more person's like, you want me to take these instead of candy, because I'm asking for something and you give me this instead. So this is what I should be taking. And it's like, but Doug's like, oh, you want me to take these pills and put them in the candy to fuck other people, to make them sick, to poison other people. That's his thought process.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's a sick kid.
So a cop car pulls up. Satan gives Doug one of the shopping cart bags with full of candy, all the murder weapons, and Doug runs off.
Yeah, and he's like, aren't you going to run from the cops? He's like, nope. Gives him the Fonz again. He does a lot of Fonzies.
He does a lot of Fonzies. Doug runs off, and he gets back home where he tells Jenna everything.
Yeah.
Jenna's pissed off that they've been gone so long. She tells him to fill up the candy bowl, just fill it, and she leaves. The ninja gang, the BMX ninjas, they show up now wanting candy. They're trick-or-treating at Doug's house. So Doug, of course, gives them the spiked candy.
Yeah, he gives them like the poison candy.
The poison candy.
Here you go. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, and he knows he's doing.
Enjoy your candy.
And he's saying with like just an
shit-eating grin.
Shit-eating grin. Yeah.
Oh man, little psychopath.
Yeah. We go back to Alex. He's making his way through town. He gets stopped by some random guy who tells Alex that 3 of the 5 town police officers have been killed and the police station is on fire.
What the fuck is this?
Exactly.
So Alex is stumbling around and a guy in a costume is like waxing poetic about how the town has been it's anarchy. Dude, how crazy are these people on this island?
This island, I think this island is like a prison island.
Yeah.
I really think this is where they sent like crazy people, just like, go live. It's like Australia back in the day. Like, we're sending you, all you crazy fuckers, to this island to separate you from society.
Because they're like, 3 cops are dead, 2 are still around.
It's fucking Alcatraz.
It's go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Oh. Yeah, they're not worried about murder and people killing the cops and saying the police station on fire.
They're like, this is great. Now we can do what we've always wanted to do. Break windows,
steal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole town. The more I think about this whole fucking town is crazy.
This is what?
Yeah.
Like, once there's like any like crack in the foundation of society, they're just like, it's over. Ah!
These are the type of people who like would go camel like, oh my god, it's just 3 of us. And like they've been trapped in an elevator for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm eating you now. This is 5 minutes.
They're stabbing the biggest person. I'm gonna eat him. I can eat him for days.
It's been 5 minutes, dude. Fuck you. You're next. So meanwhile, back at the house, Jenna and Mom, they're in the kitchen. Jenna's worried about Alex and the way that he and Doug have been acting. That it's, she's starting to have concerns. Satan comes back to the house. He's confronted by Jenna, but he ignores her and just goes over to lock the front door again. And this is now Jenna's starting to get really scared and freaked out. She tells him, hey, this isn't funny anymore, that this is really overdoing the role-playing thing. You're taking it too far. Jenna looks down and sees Satan's shoes, and that this is what makes her realize it's not Alex.
So he had black covers on his shoes, and one of them's ripped, and you can see
Well, it's not
a
just
different
that,
type of
but it's not
tennis
just
shoe
that,
or
because
something.
I didn't talk about this at the beginning, but when Alex first comes to the house, we find out that his stepmom or his mom
That's
is like
right. That's where it was.
Japanese, and he always takes his
Always
shoes off
removes
when
his
he enters
shoes,
the house, and we see him do that. And Satan comes in and out without taking his shoes
And he has
on.
black boots. And
Black
it was
boots.
but now he's got like McDonald's colored sneakers.
Yeah, like Ron McDonald
Yeah.
shoes on. So in runs Doug, who tells Satan to chase him. He's like, hey, come get me, chase it. And he
Hide and
runs
go
off.
seek.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
runs off again. Satan grabs the shopping bags and menacingly holds up like one finger as to say, like, like one more. I'm coming back to you. And then he just kind of turns and leaves.
You're next.
Yeah.
You are next. A la Bolo
Oh,
Yang.
yeah. A little blood sport. In comes the mom. Jenna tells her that, hey, that's not Alex. Something, she calls out for Doug. She gets no response.
Mom doesn't. She's like, that's not Alex. That's not Alex. And mom's like, whatever.
Yeah. Mom's like
Real flighty.
flighting. Like she just has like, she's almost like she might be like just perpetually like just in a constant state, like some kind of high, like,
Medicated
Yeah, like
high.
a medicated. Like she just don't care.
Always
about
on
anything.
Xanax or something.
Yeah.
Just like, everything's great.
Just happy and jolly about everything. Doug finally comes down the stairs when his mom tells him to come help hand out the candy. Now the dad finally shows up, coming home from work. Mom sends him upstairs to change into his costume for the party, but he stops to ask why there's a cop car sitting outside their house. Jenna grabs Doug and tries to warn the family that there's a psycho in the house, but she doesn't get anywhere because the mom continues to blow this off, saying that Jen and Alex are just taking this role-play thing.
Alex, hey.
You're like, stop it. You're taking this too far. It's just a game, blah, blah, blah. You're taking this way too seriously. So the dad picks up Doug, carries him upstairs. He stops when Doug says that Satan is down in the cellar. So Doug also tells his father that he better put him down or he'll have Satan cut his guts out.
Damn.
He's telling his dad, like, put me down or I'm going to have this guy murder
Satan
you.
cut your guts out.
To his father, who's
Jesus,
like
kid.
not abusive anyway. He's like, hey,
He's
like, come on, whippersnapper,
he's
let's
a
go
good
play.
dad.
Yeah,
See,
he's like, put me down, Dad. I'm
For
like,
all intents and purposes, yeah.
And on that cue, Satan lunges out from behind a door, stabs the father in the stomach, and rips the blade like up through his chest. Satan then begins to pull out the father's innards, and for some reason ties the father's intestines in a knot around a dining room chair, which I thought was just weird. Like nothing really comes of this. It's like
I was wondering what he was doing with that too, but he's like, I'm just gonna tie these here.
like, oh, is this gonna be like an intestine tripwire or something later?
Are we gonna do limbo?
Is something gonna come? Nope. We just like, you know what? I'm just gonna some rant. I'm gonna tie this intestine to a chair.
Why not? Maybe you could do like
Intestine animals.
Yeah, intestine animals.
Yeah.
You know?
Jenna and Doug scream while the mom.
Yeah, finally, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is not Alex. Holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone screams and freaks out.
But the mom just stands there watching, like in shocked awe. Like she's like too much shocked and act. She just stands there.
Well, this is where I was having a problem with this because Doug runs off.
Yeah.
The daughter is cowering. She's starting to crawl into a chair. The mom's got her shit together going, run, 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 shakes her. The killer starts coming towards her. The daughter runs off, and then the mom suddenly freezes. She was before going, run, get up. She was moving around doing stuff, and all of a sudden she's frozen in fear.
Yeah.
And the door's fucking behind her, too. That's another thing. It's
mom.
It's pretty weak.
Mom tells the kids to run, which they do. And Satan just leaves the room. Like not even her. He just kind of walks out. Like, all right, I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. I'll come
Mom's
back for you
frozen.
later.
He comes back with the weird pizza cutter, like rubs it on her face.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah.
Mom's trying to calm down a now hysterical Jenna. While the sounds of Satan looking for his next murder weapon are heard in the other room, and they can't do it up. You just hear like clanging and clashing.
Dude, they could just run easily.
Yeah, they could.
They could walk out the door.
And like Aaron just said, he comes back with the fucking pizza cutter, which it's a double-bladed pizza cutter, which I've never seen. I think it's like a dual pizza cutter / like dough cutter. Like
yeah,
it's got
yeah.
like one of those like
Serrated, yeah.
Jenna runs off to call for help while Satan closes on the mom, and this again, she just kind of stands there. We cut to the police station on fire.
Yeah, Jenna's calling the cops.
Yeah, and we see the dead cops lying around and the phones just endlessly ringing. The cops are all bloody. They're all dead. Doug calls out for Jenna. She goes looking for him. And the mother and Satan are now both gone. They're both gone. Jenna calls out for her, and is like, "Hey, Doug," and Mom. Doug comes running out, saying that Satan took the mother. Jenna tells Doug to stay here, lock the doors. She's going after Mom.
Yeah, she leaves Doug by himself.
Yeah, exactly. Jenna runs out, finds the cop car with 2 dead cops inside. So now all 5 of the cops are dead.
All the cops are dead.
Alex runs up behind her, scaring her. She fills him in on what happened and says that Satan probably took the mom to the big Halloween party that they were
talking about
the whole movie.
Yeah.
So we cut to Satan driving with the mom wrapped in like packaging tape.
Yeah, she's dressed up in with a
Carmen Miranda.
Yeah, Carmen Miranda style outfit.
The Chiquita Banana fruit
with the big fruit
hat
on, and but she's all taped up.
She's just wrapped in like a mummy, wrapped in tape, packaging tape.
With packing tape, yeah.
So Alex then says that Satan might be the guy from the news report that the TV said earlier, oh, it's the mayor's kid, blah, blah, blah.
It's that guy who set fire to things.
Yeah, because the police station's on fire. Alex and Jenna, they're together, but like, oh, we have to stop at the costume shop before we go rescue your mom. Let's take it. Your mom is in grave life or death danger, but you know what? Let's make a quick pit stop at the costume shop.
Gotta change costumes. And the rationale behind it too is he's holding a gun.
He took a gun from one of the dead cops.
If he sees us coming, I gotta get close enough to use it.
Yeah, you don't have to be that close for a gun.
Newsflash, motherfucker. Bullets come out of a gun.
They fly pretty far.
Yeah. You can be pretty far away.
Yeah, it's not like he pulls out like a taser or a knife. Or like a syringe for like knockout liquid or who knows medication.
Knockout juice.
I gotta get close enough to use this. No, you can shoot. Yeah, exactly. So they go to get new costumes, and we cut to the big Halloween party. Satan pulls up, hands the valet, the keys to park the car. He takes the taped up mother with him. And all the party, again, everybody just thinks this is part of the costume.
Everyone's like, oh, Carmen Miranda, why you taped up? And the Satan guys are going, hey, doing all these big grand poses, the Fonzie double thumbs, he's bowing.
Yeah. And it's like, and people think like this is part of why would you think this is part of a costume? Who's going to tape themselves up like that? And people are like, oh, it's Carmen Miranda mummy or something like mummy. That doesn't even make sense. It just.
I mean, it's
again. I'm really starting to think that everybody on the side is fucking insane.
But it's giving you the excuse as to why he can move around so freely with her duct taped, which is
get it, but it's fucking stupid.
Thin ice, man.
Like they should just put her in a different costume.
Weak sauce.
Put her in put her in like a costume with gag her and then put a mask over and carry and work around that way. That would make more sense and be way more believable than some guy dragging around a woman who's taped up. She can't even move her legs. She has to hop everywhere.
And she's looking at him dead in the eye.
And her eyes are all big. And she's like, she's like freaking out.
She looks like wouldn't you be like, you look really panicked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Are you? Do you want to get untaped? Mm-hmm. Hey, man, what's going on? A lot of questions should be raised.
A lot of red flags should
instantly.
be going on. A lot of red flags.
Yeah, you can communicate pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
With your eyes.
Look at Satan. He's doing
Satan's doing great.
He's just doing Fonzies and middle fingers. Like, hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. So he's doing great.
Take a cue from Satan.
Yeah. Meanwhile, with all the cops dead, like I said, the rest of town has now fallen into complete anarchy.
The town is in a riot, essentially.
The town is burning down to the ground. It's fucking.
Everyone's running through the streets, breaking windows, wearing masks, just running around like maniacs.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, Doug's like, oh fuck. Now he starts praying to God for help.
Yeah, he takes off the Satan mask, stomps it. He's like, I'm sorry, guys.
Right. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guy. My bad.
I kind of did all this.
Gotta fuck this one up. Made a little boo-boo. Come on. Forgiveness, right, bro? Right, bro? Forgive me, man. Bro.
All right.
We go back to Alex and Jenna. They're coming out of the costume shop wearing these giant, mascot-like costumes.
Yeah, she's a chicken.
He's a chicken.
Troll or
at
ogre.
first I thought it was like a dragon or a troll, some green thing. It's supposed to be a troll, but At the party, Satan starts spiking the punch fountain with Drano.
Yeah.
So now he's poisoning everybody with Drano, which maybe I'm wrong, but isn't Drano like blue?
Well,
Like,
it was Drain X. It was.
But still, anything like that's gonna be cut. I don't think it's gonna be a clear liquid.
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I was okay.
But anyway,
I was fine with it.
He spikes the punch fountain,
And he just dumps in about a quarter, not even a quarter of the bottle. He just spikes it just. It's not. That's not gonna kill anybody. It's gonna make people like
really sick. Yeah,
yeah. It's gonna make
now
people
he's
like
just
throw
being a
up.
dick.
Yeah, he's just basically being an asshole. It's gonna make a lot of people sick. Maybe have to go to the hospital. That's about it.
So Alex and Jenna, they arrive at the party as people who drink the spike punch. They fall over dead though. They just because they do kill people. Everybody just starts dying.
Yeah, well, it's just those two. Yeah, and it's so funny because
No,
they
there's
drink.
more than just two. Like the two people we see, but then like there's more people falling.
I must have missed it.
I'm
because
pretty sure
I
it's
just
more
thought it
than
was
two
just the
people.
two because there's still a lot of people partying.
Right. There's a ton of people partying. But yeah, okay. At least two people fall down dead, like just on the spot. They spot Satan and the mom. However, Satan has also spotted them because Satan gestures to Jenna to look down at her feet.
She's dressed like a giant chicken.
And
he looks at her and he points down and it pans down to her fucking high heels that she still has on.
Yeah.
And we're talking like 4-inch high heels.
Yeah, these were from her genie Renaissance slutty costume.
You got time to go put on a chicken outfit. You think you'd put on some sneakers because you're going to do battle.
You had to have taken the shoes off to get into chicken's outfit. Why didn't you have put like different shoes on? Like I'm sure that costume came with, like giant chicken feet. Those always do. Or like they would have been attached like to
like
the
a
legs.
onesie or something.
Because I've rented those giant costumes before, and they were all attached. One thing that
like
wasn't
a
was the
onesie.
head. Yeah, it's a giant onesie. But no, she's wearing fucking high heels, so he's like gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, I know it's you.
So Satan takes one last piece of tape, covers the mother's nose with it, cutting off the last of her air, because that was the only way she was able to breathe was through her nose. Jenna tries to rush over to the mom, but now the crowd of the partygoers is so thick that she can't get to her. It's
And
like
she's
it's like a fucking Bonnaroo or something.
Yeah, it's like she's going, move out of the way, get out of the way, and she's wearing this giant fucking chicken head. Bitch!
Take the head off?
Take off the fucking chicken head!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
You know what? There's probably a chicken head joke to be made in there because there was like chicken, bark, bark, chicken head. Yeah, thank you. You knew where I was going with that.
Shout out to Project Pat.
Satan disappears in the crowd, leaving his suffocated mom kind of like pinballing around. She's like bouncing into everybody, falling over.
People are like picking her up. She falls over, they pick her up.
And they're like, yeah. She thinks it's like an act. Like, they're like, ha, you're so funny. Hey. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. It's again. You can't say enough. This town is.
What the fuck?
This town is like maybe these are like the ancestors or people like from like the town from 2000 Maniacs. Like just crazy ass fucking people.
Yeah.
So, Alex now has decided this is time to take off his troll costume. Not just the mask, the head, which would make sense. He decides he has enough time, and the mom's suffocating to death. Satan's running away. He's like, you know what? I got enough time. I'm going to take off this entire costume. Which
it's too hot.
Yeah. So he takes off the entire costume.
As Satan makes his escape.
Yeah.
And mom is suffocating.
Yeah. Jenna finally reaches her mother's.
Then she takes off the chicken head.
Yeah. She gets rescues the mom, pulls the tape off the mouth and nose. Now Jenna leaves her mother alone to go after Alex, who is left to go after Satan.
Dude, I'd be like, you know what? Mom's safe, Doug's safe. Fuck you, Alex.
Fuck it. I'm not going after the killer. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's get back to we should get back to Alex now. Or fuck Doug. We should get back to the kid.
Get back to home.
Get back to the crazy, stupid, retarded kid I left alone.
And hunker down.
Yeah, and hunker. Exactly. Or get Doug and get the fuck off this crazy ass island.
Right?
Jesus Christ. God, what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Shutter Island or something like that? It was a bunch of fucking
Shutter
crazy
Island.
people.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that movie.
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alex catches up to Satan downtown, confronts him with the gun.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Before, so Satan's walking through downtown.
Yeah.
And there's masked maniacs
mass
running
hysteria.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And Satan's kind of looking around like, yeah, this is great. a man in a pig mask runs up to him, stops to Satan, looks at him, and
It's not
goes,
really a pig mask,
well,
but
whatever.
Yeah, something.
He's wearing a
yeah.
mask. Looks at Satan. Satan looks and goes, "What's up, my nigga?"
Yeah.
They embrace arms,
Yeah.
do a little headbutt, and then like this.
It's like football. It's like football players. Like,
It's
smack
like
each other on
a
the head.
choreographed high five routine. Whack, whack, up high, down low, high five, yeah! And he goes running off, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? He just runs up and says, "What's up, my nigga?" He's white. He's got white hands. I don't know if we still don't really know if.
Say,
But-
it could be black under there, but which would probably make it even worse.
And then they did this choreographed weird high five
yeah,
thing.
it's like a pregame. It's like the pregame
Yeah.
ritual you see like football players or basketball players do before the
it's not
game
like
starts.
a high five
No.
or a fist bump or
No.
something simple. It's like pretty headbutt, up high, down low, pose.
It's like some like Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff would be
Yeah.
doing in Bel Air.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. And I'm like, so then I thought to myself for a split second, I was like, is this like a plan amongst the goofs? Is this something that was planned? Because that's where it took me. Because
Really? You went there? You
well,
went there?
why
I
would they
did.
have an organized fucking handshake?
Why would a mom and two little girls pose with the guy who just saw murder a cat?
That's a good point. You got me there.
I mean, why is anything in this movie happening?
Why'd he call him nigga? That doesn't make any sense. That was just rude.
I forgot about. Oh my god! Thank you for.
Dude, I had to rewind it because I was like, did I hear that right?
Anyway, Alex catch up with Satan. He confronts him with the gun, but Satan just easily takes the gun from Alex. Like,
Oh.
he's like, "Here, just give me that," and just takes it from him.
apparently Alex doesn't know how guns work because, again, he gets as close as he can with this fucking
Gets
gun.
way too close. And I think what Satan does is he
He
raises
his hand like he's going to backhand him like his father
like his
would
father,
do.
and so Alex frees like, "What?"
Alex frees and cowers like, oh my god, it's my dad.
He's gonna hit me, even though I have a fucking gun pointed at him.
Fucking gun.
Pointed at him. So Satan just reaches out, takes the gun, and then shoots himself in the hand, and then gives the gun back to Alex and walks away like a boss. It's so fucking crazy, but at the same time, I kind of loved him. Like, yeah, that's badass, dude. You can't get much more badass than that. I just shot.
That's some low hanging balls. That's some big old balls.
Big old balls.
Big old-
Like, I just shot myself in the hand, give you back the gun, and I just walk away.
Satan's clackers are huge.
You can't get a much bigger fuck you than that.
Right.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh.
Oh. So, Jenna just drives up now. Alex gets in. He's like, "Oh my God, it's my father. My father's the one killing everybody." So Jenna drives them to Alex's house where they find Satan waiting for them. Which, first of all, how the fuck does he beat them to the house? Because he's on foot this entire movie, and they're in a car.
And he's walking.
And they are in a car, and he somehow beats them to the house. Jenna takes the gun, gets out, and orders Satan to put his hands up, get on the ground, and she's about to shoot him, but that's when Alex pops up, snatches the gun from her, and just unloads the clip into Satan.
His balls drop. He decides to take charge.
Yeah. Satan falls to the ground dead. Alex goes up to the body, removes the mask.
Sure enough, revealing his father.
Reveals his father. So Jenna says, he's in hell where he belongs. We send him back to hell where he belongs. And that she's going to go get Doug and their mom, and then they'll all go find some police somewhere.
But we know as watchers, viewers, this is the old switcheroo.
It's so true. Which again makes me wonder, how fucking fast is this guy? Not only does he beat him to the house, but he has time to take off the costume and put it on the father.
And is the father dead?
Well, he is now. He just got a plug full of bullets.
But was the father dead? Because all we saw him was thrown through the window, and he's propped up against the tree, standing up.
Yeah,
but
but
when he
he
gets shot, he falls over.
Yeah.
It's not like he stays stationary. He falls over and rolls.
Well, I would say even if he's dead and propped up against a tree, I would say the impact of the bullets would jostle the body enough to cause it to lose just enough balance to fall over.
Fair enough, but he's standing. He's not dead long enough. Even if you have rigor mortis, you're not going to stand stiff as a board. He's not going to stand.
See, I agree with you on that point.
It's
But
weak.
I would say he'd have to be dead. Otherwise, why would he just stand there with the mask on?
Yeah, 'cause he
while
doesn't-
they got a gun pointed
He
at
doesn't
him.
have his mouth taped.
Yeah, and instead of rip it off and say, "Whoa, don't fucking shoot me! What
Yeah.
the hell's happening?"
Yeah, it's
So he would have to be dead.
there's no way he could be standing then.
But I see your point. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree with you on that point. So it's all fucked up. Where was I? So St. falls it down. So back at his house, Doug realizes that God. Again, this shows how stupid and retarded this fucking kid is, and just how disconnected from reality he is. He thinks that God could come to me as a trick-or-treater, so he needs to answer the door every time it's rung because it could be God.
Could be God. God could be there going, "Hey, buddy.
So
we're good. We're good now.
Yeah.
Let's take out Satan.
Yeah.
We're good."
So
Fist
he
bump.
Yeah, fist bump. He answers the door, and standing before him is a man dressed as Jesus.
Of course.
Complete with a full Jesus mask, which is again weird. Like
and crown of thorns.
Yeah, I've never seen I get the costume, but I've never seen a Jesus mask.
Never seen anyone dressed up as Jesus for
outside
Halloween.
outside like a Christmas play or something like that. Yeah,
Maybe once at a college party, and it was still in bad taste. It's just like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah.
Maybe.
And even then, like, why would you have just wear a long wig and the mask is really weird.
Yeah.
with the thorn crown. Now, the only Jesus I would think would be fun to dress up as would be the Buddy Christ.
Buddy Christ.
Buddy
yes,
Christ.
Absolutely. Shout out to Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
Hope you get better, buddy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kevin Smith. I really wish him the best.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the inspirations that I got into doing the podcast.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. He's a fun guy.
I love Kevin Smith. Big inspiration. Anyway, so there's Jesus, man in Jesus costume, standing in front of Doug, and of course Doug lets him in, and through the retarded Doug logic, Doug decides to go off trick or treating with Jesus.
But this is the thing that also bothers me too, is because he starts talking to Jesus just as he was talking to Satan, and he's not responding. He's like, "You can't talk either because of Satan and because you don't have to."
No, because God doesn't have to. He's like,
He just keeps again putting thoughts in right.
This kid is insane. Like,
Fool
he's
me
fucking
once,
insane.
shame on me. Fool me twice. Like, whoa, kid. Aren't you picking up any fucking like familiarity about this kind of
You know what's
situation?
boggling in my mind? This kid's so fucking. I remember I one of my degrees was in psychology, and I love like the abnormal stuff, like that sociopath, the psycho killer, the schizophrenia. Like, yes, I'm not a doctor, but like this kid's so fucked up. Like, I'm having trouble trying to figure out what the hell would actually be wrong with this kid. His intelligence and delusional. He's fucking insane. So even though his hands are covered in blood because he's got a bullet wound through his hand, so I guess that's half a stigmata. Doug just goes off bloody hand with Jesus.
I'm a low rent Jesus. I only got half stigmata.
Half stigmata.
You want the other half? It's going to cost you more.
He is a Jew.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was horrible.
Oh,
sorry.
bad joke, but still, just laugh, people. Come on, have some fun. All right.
So, hand in bloody hand, they walk off. Doug and Jesus are walking hand in. That's when Doug spots Jenna driving, and he rushes up to the car while Jesus turns and goes the other way. He's like, "Oh, time for me to go."
Like, oh.
They go back to the house again, where Doug tells her that it's God's blood on his hands, and this Jenna's like, she's like, Jenna at least pieces this together, like, oh. Because Alex told about him shooting a guy, so she's like, "Oh, that's this guy."
Was he bleeding from the hand? Yeah. Okay, then Jen puts it together pretty quick.
Yeah, and now the mom just pops up. Now it's like, where the fuck did she come from? But she's there.
Mom's back.
Yeah. So Jenna then leaves Mom and Doug alone.
Why did she leave Mom at the party? That's
Yeah.
another thing we didn't talk about. I forgot. All she did was take the tape off her mouth, and Mom's acting like, okay, like take. She wasn't fucking on death's door.
No, but she left at the party to go after Alex, who was going after Satan, and but like, oh, you're around a bunch of people, you're safer here.
I guess,
but yeah. But how did Mom get? Mom just shows up. She's back. Jenna then leaves again, leaving Mom and Alex alone.
And wouldn't Mom like maybe bring a posse with her too?
You would think.
You know, like,
she would
hey,
I was just fucking kidnapped. My husband was murdered.
This
in front
shit
of
was
me.
all fucked up. You assholes didn't help me. Someone come with me.
Yeah, like obviously, yeah. My husband was murdered brutally in front of me.
Right.
Jenna rushes off to use the phone. She tries calling Alex's house, but the phone just rings again. And we see the dead body of Alex's father's girlfriend down on the floor.
With like decorative cuts around her tits.
Yeah, Satan has carved a smiley face into her torso using her tits as eyes.
Was it a smiley face? Okay, I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, I figured it was a smiley face. With
It kind of looked
eyes.
like one, but I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so she's dead, regardless, whether it was the head bash or something else.
She's dead now.
Alex is outside, kneeling over his father's dead body.
In someone's shock.
And sadness and somebody.
He must have been out there for a while.
Yeah, but shock, you fucking murdered, in your mind, you murdered him. You shot.
I got no problem with this.
Jesus Satan walks up behind him, kneels down next
Right
to
next
Alex.
to him.
Like for a moment, they look at each other for like a good second or two. And then Jesus Satan just attacks Alex and like tackles him to the ground.
Yeah, but the way he attacks him, he just grabs his face.
Yeah, he's like,
Like he's giving the iron claw.
the man, the iron claw. Yeah,
Like, really? Like, he didn't tackle him or punch him. He's like, ah, I got you in the iron claw. I'm like from the Von Erich family.
having one of the worst finishing moves ever.
Oh, so dumb.
That was
Grab your face and squeeze it so hard.
only in like the 60s and 70s would that actually fly.
Fucking,
Could you imagine anybody trying to pull that off nowadays?
I wish to God there was some asshole in Texas in the late 60s, early 70s, drunk at a bar, getting into a fight. He's got a guy kind of dazed. He's like, I'm going to see if this works. Just grabs his face and just squeezes it. And then the guy's like, the fuck are you doing? Boy, what are you doing to my face? It's the iron claw. Uh-huh. Well, this is my fist. Bam! This is a broken bottle of Lone Star up your ass. Bam! Fucking iron claw.
I was like, just as the Kali head chop and like the Umaga thumb stab.
The thumb stab. And I hit you with my fucking thumb. Bah! Sergeant Slaughter's like weird temple grind. I don't know if you remember that.
Knuckle
to the temple, which actually hurts.
That wasn't his finisher though. Like that, he had like the Cobra Clutch.
Oh, that's right.
That was just a painful move he did.
Okay, that's right. It did fucking hurt. Because
That
I
would
remember
hurt,
doing
yeah.
that to kids on the playground. They're like, ow! And I'm like, it works.
You did that to me.
I was a dick.
That was like when we were wrestling around. I remember one time you were like, I'm like, ow!
It stings.
Anyway, so we cut back to Jenna before we see what happens to Alex. Jenna tries to leave, but the mom and Doug stop her from going. Suddenly, they hear the sound of glass breaking. Jenna grabs the fire poker and slowly starts leading the family through the house looking for Satan, Jesus, or whoever. The mom grabs a knife from the kitchen as they pass through it. And then Jenna and Mom head down into the cellar, leaving Doug alone in the kitchen.
Who actually, I think I gotta give Doug a little bit of credit here because he's like, I don't want to be left up here. He's like, stay up here. The mom and the daughter go downstairs, and Doug is freaking the fuck out. And I think the child actor, is doing a pretty decent job here. I'm sorry, that was the one part I was like,
here,
all right,
okay, here.
good for
The
you,
rest
kid.
of the movie, I can't stand this kid. I hate everything about
Hey
him.
man, he can only follow directions so much.
Yeah.
Plus he had shit to work with.
That's true. Yeah. After a few minutes of trying to build up tension, them
Looking through the dark basement
with a flashlight.
Turn on the fucking lights, guys.
Yeah, they
Power's
spot-
not out.
They spot Jesus standing in the corner, very casually, might I say. Like he's got like one hand up on the wall.
He's
like,
almost Buddy Christ.
He really is almost, but he's just like super casual.
He's just like totally casual, like, hey, what's up? It's like the Matthew McConaughey of Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, hey.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got his arm up on like a little
Yeah,
shelf
he's got
or a
his
ledge
arm
or
propped
something.
up, like leaning against the wall, like, what's up?
So Jenna then just bum rushes him and starts to beat the shit out of him with the fire poker. Mom
Joins in the fun.
She starts stabbing the shit out of Jesus in the chest with knives like over and over and over again.
So they're showing the chest cavity where Jesus is getting hit with a poker, stabbed with a poker.
Mom and Dad, they're going to town.
And then
on
they're doing
Jesus.
POV frame shots of their faces as they're hitting things and blood splatting on their face. It's like It's a really weird scene.
Yeah, it is. But
It's a weird kill scene.
But
they're going to town.
yeah, like it's like their job. Like they are fucking them up. They drop their weapons. They hug each other.
We got him.
Jenna removes the mask, and dun dun dun, to no one's fucking surprise, it's Alex.
Sure.
We've seen this twice now in this movie, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? These people are still stupid enough to fall for it. Now the
Yeah, you think Jen would be like, hold on. I already got bamboozled once. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go check. All right. Nope, she just bum rushes.
yeah, it's like first she knows, like, she still thinks the killer. I'm pretty sure she would still think the killer was Alex's father, who she saw get gunned down.
And then they yeah.
So why does she be like just straight up? I don't know. Fuck it.
But she would know that it wasn't Alex's father, because she goes, oh, it's Jesus, it's the Jesus character, the God character. She knows
like, it's not the killer.
She knows
she thinks
that
it's
she
not.
got swerved. She knows she got swerved.
Yeah. Well,
yes, that's why would she attack him otherwise? She knows she got fooled. She knows.
no, because Alex says it's my father. They killed him. They separate. And then Alex is attacked by the killer. So she, as far as I'm thinking, she knows she still thinks
that was the whole phone call, because she calls him and tell him it wasn't your father. It wasn't your father.
Wait, there's a phone call? Did I
Yeah,
miss
that's
a phone
where we
call?
find the tits. The girl with her tits cut and everything. She's making a phone call trying to call Alex.
I didn't think he actually answered the phone. I thought the phone just rang.
It did, because she was trying to call him. She was trying to call Alex to tell him it's not your dad. It wasn't your dad. The killer's still on the loose.
All right,
So-
I missed something somewhere then.
Yeah,
That's-
because
all right.
she still knows. She knows she got bamboozled.
Okay, well then, yeah, okay then.
Otherwise, it'd be a second killer.
All right,
Right?
I missed something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that one. Anyway, the sounds of a helicopter are heard outside. Doug shouts out that he's like, I'm gonna go outside and flag him down. So, which he does. He runs outside. But
The spotlight's shining right on him.
directly on him.
And the kid's like, all right.
He's jumping up down, waving his arms, but the helicopter's like, fuck you, kid.
No, I don't like the looks of that kid.
Yeah, I don't like the look of it, and flies away.
Good on you. Good on you, helicopter.
That kid is fucking trouble.
I got a bad feeling about that kid, man. There's something weird about him.
Just a little too
Something
convenient.
a little too off.
A little too easy here.
What do you say, Jim? Nah, we're not going.
I'm one day from retirement. Fuck that.
I'm too old for this shit.
So Doug goes try to radio the helicopter by using the radio in the cop car. And again, this kid is
A little dim.
fucking retarded. He's like,
A little
"Hey,
dim.
cops, are you there? Hello? Cops? Yeah.
Waits
and-
for no response.
No, he says, guys, I got him. James here saying, like, I can't even do it.
Turn
It's-
your helicopter around. Come back.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, it's fucking, and then, and
There's
then,
no communication back.
Yeah,
the
nothing.
kid's just talking into. He might as well just be talking into a can.
yeah, can on a string.
Yeah.
And then we see a cop just kind of pop up next to Doug as he's like getting out of the car. So dumbass retarded Doug thinks this is the cop from the helicopter that heard his call for help. So instantly he just goes, "Hey, up there in the sky, which I just see you, come help me." Hang up the radio,
And then
turn
ting.
my neck, boom, there's a cop. Oh, you're from the helicopter, you heard my call.
Why aren't you talking?
Why aren't you saying anything, cop?
Because you're a cop and you don't have to
you don't have
talk?
to cop? Uh-huh.
Because you're a cop and you know what's happening? Okay.
Yeah, so
Takes
Doug
his hand,
takes the hand and
which is bandaged up.
yes, it is.
Fuck this kid.
I told you this kid is the dumbest kid ever.
Fuck this kid in the eye.
So hand in hand, he leads the cop back to their house, and for some reason he rings his own doorbell, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just it's your house, dude. Just walk in.
Why would a kid ring his own doorbell? Mom, the cops are here. Why wouldn't you just open the fucking door?
He yells out to his mom and Jenna to come outside, that they're safe now, the police are here. Mom and Jenna answer the door. Seeing the cop, they say, "Thank God," and invite the
Come
cop
on in.
The cop notices the address on the house is 66. So he pulls out a can of spray paint, because I guess all cops carry black spray paint on their utility belt, and adds another 6 to the address.
666, the mark of the beast.
Yep. And during this, we see that the cop is wearing a human face mask. And it's really fucking obvious that it's a mask and it's not a real face at all.
It's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
I'm confused here. Are we talking he pulled a Hannibal Lecter and cut a police officer's face off?
I think it's just like I think it's just like a stupid mask. Because if it was supposed to be real face, they did even shit job making it look like it was supposed to be a real face.
So if you're the mom and you answer the door and you see a fucking cop wearing a plastic mask, wouldn't you be like, fuck you, and stab the shit out of him?
Even if it's supposed to be a human face, you can still clearly tell it's a goddamn mask. I mean, you can see the edges like around his face and the string tying it to his friend. And it's like, oh, thank God you're here. Come on in. So are you fucking kidding me? So anyway, the cop enters the house, closes the door behind him. The camera zooms out from the front door, and we fade to black as we hear Jenna say, "Mom, why doesn't he say something?" And with that, Doug says he's afraid that Satan will hear him. Blackout. Well, we're already black. Roll credits. That's the end of the fucking movie. Stupidest fucking people in the world.
And I'm so disappointed with the ending. It's like a false ending.
Yeah.
There's no end. Yeah. It's just like, guess what? We had Satan come and fuck things up, and we almost got him. Now he's Jesus, and now we almost got him, and now he's a cop, and that's over. I feel like we ran out of time. I feel like they're just like, we only have so much time to go. Our story's too long. We'll just end it. There's no ending.
I'd much rather see like somebody like on the ferry heading towards land, and you see from the back, like you see maybe drop a mask into the trash and his hands wrapped in bandages as he walks onto the ferry, which pulls away. I think that would have been a much better ending.
Beautiful.
I love that ending.
Yeah.
Not just this bullshit they gave us.
Dude, just end it.
Yeah.
Kill them all and the bad guy wins, or kill the bad guy and the good guys win. Just give me an ending. Don't just leave me hanging. I really hate that shit. Yeah. That drives me nuts.
Yeah. I mean, for all I know, these guys ended up becoming one big happy family.
Yeah, they're just like, oh gosh, you just keep coming back.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that the guys.
we just let you loose and you keep coming back. It must be true love.
I mean, the sisters let him grope him up a few times.
Yeah, obviously he can get her going.
Yeah, he can get her going. So who knows?
He's got a bad motor finger. He can get her engine revving.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to favorite kills.
There can be only one favorite kill.
It's a really bad movie for favorite kills. It's really pretty shitty.
Not great effects.
No.
Not really many kills.
No.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite kill?
Had to be Dad.
Dad,
because that was the most graphic. And, there was a lot of blood, and there was a lot of, I also like the fact that Dad didn't die instantly. He was still kicking around, and, he took a while to die. He pulled the guts out, tied around the...
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jen's dad. For some reason, at first I think Alex's dad.
No.
Yeah.
Jen's dad. Doug's dad.
Yeah.
Guts him, ties there's a lot of blood. Everyone's screaming. We finally get the reveal that it's not just Alex. It's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kill. But really, not a lot to choose from.
Yeah, it really sucked. I'm gonna go with the cat.
Oh
no, I'm totally joking. I hated that.
I was like, you're an animal lover.
I am. I'm big animal. I hated that. No, I agree. It's got to be the dad. I mean, everything else pretty much sucks.
Yeah, I didn't mind the old lady getting hung. That was funny.
Yeah.
Because the kids made it funny. That was kind of cool. But it had to be the dad.
Yeah,
that was the most graphic, the most.
There's really
it was the one that got the story.
And all the other kills you don't even see. You just see him dragging a dead body out of the house.
Yeah, and that kicked the story in.
Although I did kind of like the bag boy. Just get stabbed and dump him in the dumpster. Like stab, thump into the dumpster. Done in the dumpster. Next, yeah. So that's that. It's a pretty weak movie this week for the kills. All right, so let's move on to odds and ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
All right, our ratings. IMDb gives it a 5.3 out of 10, which is a lot higher than I thought it would be. Rotten Tomatoes, there's no thermometer score.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised by
that. I am
that.
too, because it's been out for over 10 years. I mean, it's been out for a while.
And it has some names.
Yeah. But it has a 35% audience score, so that's pretty low. On Amazon, 3 out of 5. Again,
it's common.
Yeah, for Amazon, but still, I'm like, really? I was surprised. Plot keywords, there are 42.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, some I thought were really weird. Were Carmen Miranda costume.
Okay. Panties.
Nope.
What?
Yeah. This is like 2 weeks in a row we've had severe panty movies and no panties have been.
Panty sniffing?
Yeah, our panty lovers are dropping the ball, man.
I know.
What happened to you
What's going
guys?
on, panty lovers? Dude, we have a storied tradition here at Horrible
Yeah.
Horror of panties being in the plot keywords.
Yeah, and I mean the black room. Come on, there was like all sex and panties last week.
Panties
too.
everywhere.
Yeah. So Carmen Miranda costume, which is again a
Sure,
weird thing.
it's a weird one.
Jesus costume.
Yeah.
6 others were just listing various costumes. So 6 more. Packaging tape and packing tape are each one, and then an actually reference to Carmen Miranda. So really,
I would like to watch a movie where they reference Carmen
don't want
Miranda.
Carmen Miranda. I just want them to reference her in
or
my
a
movie.
costume.
Yeah.
Just give her a nod. Just let her know that she was appreciated. Yeah. You know, little nod to Carmen Miranda.
Trivia, I couldn't find anything, and sadly, I couldn't find a budget either.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's-
I was disappointed in that. I thought I at least was hoping I could find a budget.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of a surprise considering it was. You had Okay, the mom. I don't remember the actress's name, and
Amanda Plummer was the mom.
and she has done established work prior to this. You know, Pulp Fiction, So I Married an Axe Murderer, and other stuff.
That's all in the 90s. The late 90s, early 2000s has been really hard on her, rough for her if she did end up doing this.
Yeah, because when I looked at her, I mean, I remember like when she was introduced, I was like, is that the chick from Pulp Fiction? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I guess time was a little rough.
Yeah.
Maybe she just wasn't getting as much work.
Yeah.
But I think she's a great actress. I like her a lot. And she fucking delivered, too. She had shit to work with, but she wasn't calling it in. She looked scared.
I will say the acting, Catherine Winnick, who plays and Amanda Plummer, given the shit that they had to work with, they pretty much crushed it. They did a really good job for this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Doug, on the other hand, I wanted to fucking just slap that kid every time he opened his mouth.
He's a kid. I got it. He's a kid.
I've seen, but but kids can't be good actors. We've seen good kid actors. Sure. We've seen it. It can happen.
Sure. So I wonder then, is it the director's fault or is it the actor's fault?
Both. It can be both.
Well, that's true. Yeah, because the mom and the daughter crush it.
Yeah.
The brother/son, he's a little too dopey.
Yeah. All right. With that said, let's move on to we got 5-star reviews here.
These special movies have a place in these special people's hearts. 5-star reviews.
We have 5-star reviews.
We have 5-star reviews.
Wow.
There were actually surprisingly a lot of 5-star reviews for this movie.
Wow.
Yeah. First one was just from a customer. Super silly indie B movie. Watch it high. It's much better high. 5-star.
Maybe. I wasn't high when I watched this, so maybe I need to go back home tonight, light it up, get out the old bong, and let her rip.
Yeah. From Karma Revenant.
Not Carmen Miranda?
No. Karma Revenant. The cheesy cover box actually prevented me from renting it. Finally, one week, there is nothing else to rent, so I picked it up expecting to fast forward through most of it. I was pleasantly wrong. This is the best straight-to-video movie I've seen in a long time, and I'm a horror elitist. Of course, it's not high budget, but the black comedy more than makes up for it. The little kid is annoying, and you hope he gets killed, but the rest of the film compensates for it. 5 stars. I agree with you on that one, Carmen.
Amen.
Oh, God. All right, from Carol. Any rating less than 5 means that a person not fully interested in dark horror and black comedy has watched this film. This is, in my opinion, the most twisted plot I have ever seen in a movie. I searched relentlessly for stories like this, and to date, only a few movies have attained this twisted level. I truly wish this movie was remade. There are simple yet enormous twists of evil in this movie that only true writers or lovers of dark films would enjoy witnessing. 5 stars. Carol, you scare me.
Yeah, I don't think they were going for that.
You really need to should maybe go talk to somebody.
You belong on that island.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky, Carol. From Aaron Velk. This was crazy, wacky fun for viewers, and especially for us who were extras on the cast. 5 stars.
All right. I understand that one.
Yeah, I like to find.
Yeah, those are fun.
And from last one, from Brian P. Larson, one of the best movies in the history of the modern world.
Whoa!
I don't believe in your existence if you cannot fathom the sheer amazingness of Satan's Little Helper. If I could vote for a movie to be America's president, it would be downright irresponsible not to vote for this movie. 5 stars.
Wow.
What? Are you shitting me? All right. All right. So let's wrap this up now, man. Well, again, we're actually talking. This is going longer than I thought it would for this movie. But final thoughts, Aaron. What you got?
So bad it's scary. It was too ridiculous. I hated the fact that it didn't have an ending. That really pissed me off. There wasn't any gore. There wasn't good kills. The kid was just too difficult to believe that the child, even if he was 9, was not like having that separation between reality and fantasy.
Right.
It was too ridiculous. The fact that there's no one in the town even remotely like smashing a cat, drawing on his blood, and then the family's like, let's get a picture as like he's just dropping it as he's turning around. They had to have seen this happen.
Yeah, they would have had to have seen
like
it.
all this, like all that's, it's like one or two little things like that. It's like, okay, I'll let it slide, but it just keeps happening over and over and over and over. And the cops, like, 3 cops are dead, 2 are still alive. Go crazy, folks! It's anarchy. Whoa! It's too much shit like that. That just makes it. I just shake my head. I'm like, nah, so bad it's scary.
All right. When I first watched the movie years ago, I thought this was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I hate it. But when I watched it a second time, for some reason, it looked a little cleaner. Like, it looked better than, so maybe it got retouched a bit. But I don't know. But there's a part of me, there's some things in this movie I liked. There are some things. I thought, like, we commented briefly, the guy who did Satan, I thought he did a good job.
He did a good
because
job.
All he could do was emote, and he was bilingual.
We commented on that earlier, yeah.
And there's some of the stuff he did was like when he flipped off the bad guy. There were some things that were fun. There's some things were a little creepy at times, but need to be.
Yeah.
Catherine Wynick is just this movie. The only reason I'd watch the movie again would be just for her, like, just to watch her, because she is really good and she's so hot,
smoke show,
so beautiful.
Damn.
But at the same time, like, yeah, the kid makes this movie almost unwatchable for me. I hate that fucking kid. But I can also kind of see, like, I get where they were going. Like, this movie, the idea, I think, had some promise. Like, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I also think they did not do it properly. Again, with the kid being that dumb and that honestly had been crazy for this to.
I almost wish they would have said he had, like, developmental delay.
Yeah, if he was like, if they actually said he was retarded, like, okay, now, okay,
he doesn't have to be retarded. He'd be like, well, he's a little slow, something like that.
Something off in the kid. Like, okay, now it makes sense. I get it. But yeah, they did nothing. It's just this dumb 12-year-old kid and just whatever. So, but as the first, I think it was Carol who said the really dark stuff. Like, I get where they're trying to be. Like, if you think about this, I mean, technically this kind of could happen in the real world, which in that sense is scary to think about. And I could see why Carol was like, oh, it's so dark and evil because this could happen, And I guess this also came out time, like, I'm trying to remember what happened with the kind of state of the nation at the time. But in 2004, like, when people were really like, oh my God, video games are turning kids violent and all this stuff,
Well, they've been talking about violent video games since '93.
Yeah,
since Mortal
for
Kombat.
years.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because they did walk out. One guy did walk out of the costume store sporting in a Saddam Hussein mask.
Yeah.
So this is post 9/11. We're getting heavy into the war at this time.
Yeah, that's weird. If this was made, somebody comes out in Saddam Hussein mask in the middle of the war. Because that's 2004. That's when I was in the army, and we were in.
I think he was. If he wasn't dead, he was. It was very shortly thereafter.
Yeah. But still, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just.
So I mean, you're having a hard time with this, man. Come on, let's hear
I'm
it.
rambling on too much. So so bad it's scary. Yeah, the only reason I would ever watch, like I said, I always said watch for Catherine Wynick.
You seem to have a hard time with that one.
She's hot.
Because she's so hot.
She's so hot.
I might have to say it's good to watch it again.
Yeah, just for her. No, she's the only redeeming value of this movie. Rest of it sucks. It's a garbage heap of a movie. Really, nothing makes sense. It's just it's fucking bad. So there it is.
Yeah, I just
Double
felt,
scary this week.
I just felt like it was just too much. Too much was the kid.
Yeah, the
Just
kid.
Too much.
The kid really
I think
ruins it.
He was so unbelievable that I just
and so fucking stupid and gullible. Like,
I'll let it slide the first time, not the second time though,
That
and not the
simple
third
point, that
fucking
simple
time.
point, like, if they would have made the kid, like, made some mental, like, oh, he's somehow developmentally stunted
Delayed.
or
Yeah.
delayed. Then like, okay, now I can kind of understand why he would think this.
And you could
get
also
behind
play
it.
that up with the kid, the three ninja bullies, be like, "Hey, what's up, retard?"
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
then he becomes almost sympathetic.
Yes.
Instead of like he's just an obnoxious, annoying kid. You just like the one reviewer said, I wanted to see Doug. Doug needed to die.
And it would
Kill Doug.
also make sense for him to be crushing on his sister.
Yeah.
He's a fucking weird kid.
Yeah.
He's a fucking weirdo
He's a
kid.
weird
They
kid.
just all they had to do was say that in the beginning. Kid's a fucking weirdo. We're hoping he'll get better, but he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, something wasn't right with him.
Something's wrong. Something's a little off with
I
Doug.
smoked too much while pregnant with him or something. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, that would have made this movie completely different and saved it a bit.
It would have helped it a
Would have
lot.
helped a lot. But nope. Anyway, so all right, guys, that's it for us this week, Moon Goons. We'll be back next week with another movie. Until then, guys, remember to watch more horror movies and to always. Oh, what? You interrupt me in my sign off. What's up?
Yeah, I did.
What?
Cause I don't know why. I'm getting drunk, and I just realized next week's St. Patrick's Day.
That's what you interrupted me for?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm really excited about it. I'm an asshole. Sorry about that. St.
All
Patrick's
right.
Day is coming up next weekend. Yay!
Hey, let's try this again. All right, Moon Goons. Remember to watch more horror movies, and in the meantime, remember to always keep it tight.